So it's September 2024. I'm at HQ, nursery ground, and as a normal, that has become a tradition in the last 2 or 3 years, is I'm going to do a cricket review of the season. So, started in April, 5 months ago, can you believe it? And of course, it commenced with Sam Northeast breaking Graham Gooch's first-class record of the highest individual score here. He got to 335, beating Graham Gooch's 333. So I was here at the ground, great moment. I was at the Oval later. I saw the Bradman doors. I've never actually seen them. You would have expected someone like me to have noticed them. So it was great to see the doors through which he walked and played his final innings and got a duck where his average just dipped below 100. We sadly lost Derek Underwood, one of the great left-arm bowlers before my time. We also lost Raman Sabarao, who I think was even before Underwood, very much before my time. Sadly, Michael Slater seems to have been having a lot of issues. He's now in prison. And I wish him well, and I hope that he can sort of maneuver himself out of this the plight that he's in. In terms of my quest to get 100 Test captains, I got Shan Masood, who's playing for Yorkshire as an overseas player, Pakistani. I also got Brian Lara and Courtney Walsh during just after the Lord's Test. I also got Ollie Pope last year, but he captained England this year, so he counts. So that puts my tally now onto 89. We're 11 short. And by the way, when I bumped into Brian Lara, I just told him how important and how special it was for me. That innings he scored 153 not out against Australia, Barbados, 1999. Still my most favourite innings, and I just wanted to tell him that. I managed to sort of say it in about 10 seconds. So that was nice. Then in terms of my cricket book, so my 2 autobiographies, I gave one to Isha Goa here. I had a chapter on her, so she readily accepted it. I was very happy about that. C. Aubrey Smith. Now, there's a portrait of him hanging in the pavilion, and I did a bit of research on him, and he played for England once and captained on that occasion. And he's also got a strong connection with Hollywood. He went out there to become an actor in California, starred in films with Elizabeth Taylor, etc. And I was in LA earlier this year, and I actually went and found his star, and you'll see that on my other clips on my YouTube channel. So that was a bit of history, a bit of cricket and the movie industry put together. Jimmy Anderson, what a great career. 21 years, retired at the age of 42. I mean, he's just a little bit younger than me. What incredible career. And when he retired, I thought to myself, what's the shortest number of links I can get from him to the first ever players who played in the first ever Test match? And this has not been verified, so I went Anderson, who played with Thorpe, who played with Gooch, who played with Edridge, who played with Close, who played with Hollies, who played with Hendren, who played with Rhodes, who played with Grace, who played with Shaw. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 links. I can cover 150 years of Test cricket. Back at the Oval, I saw the hundreds bar for the first time, so that was really nice to see all the depictions of all the players who have made 100 first-class centuries, 25 of them Ram Prakash the last. And when I say last, I really do mean last in more sense of that words. I also bumped into a guy at the pavilion here, MCC member. He invited me and my wife around to his place, and he showed me his collection of letters he had acquired from cricketers from the past. He showed me one from Jack Hobbs, which was quite incredible. And Jack Hobbs is in that letter saying, I scored 197 first-class centuries, not 199. The original letter, piece of history there. June, and of course we had the T20, which everyone loved. I mean, to host that tournament in June, in the middle of the English season, what really great thinking. And what a great tournament that was. I mean, I was following it ball by ball. Wow. Sort of personal thing on my school, Old Merchant Taylors. So Merchant Taylors rather, I saw the Julian Hill Cricket Centre. It opened, I think, last summer. I saw it for the first time this summer. Great facility. Middlesex use it, and I'm sure overseas teams will come and use that too. Brian Lara, I read one of his books about the another book about the 1984 West Indies tour to England, 5-0. Fascinating book there. And then my wife happened to stop play at Lord's. Could you believe it? She actually walked in front of the bowler and the whole game stopped, and they all looked at Marla for her disrupting play. I was quite happy about that. In the pavilion this year they had an exhibition on the 1984 tour of Sri Lanka's tour here, their first ever Test match at Lord's. So it was nice to see a bit of history there. Bumped into Graham Smith on the High Street. On the pitch I reenacted what Mike Atherton did with the date in the pocket, and Nazir Hussain his 3-fingered salute. You'll see that on my clip. I also bumped into Sangakkara and Ganguly in the High Street as well. There was some kind of convention going on. Saw Colin Croft at the Danubius Hotel, so that completed my pictures of all 4 of the quartet. So I've now got Holding, Croft, Garner and Andy Roberts, so I managed to get that. I also had an event with Curtly Ambrose and Courtney Walsh. Funnily enough, I gave Curtly Ambrose a pot of ambrosia custard, which he thought was a bit sad, so do I. And I also gave him some wristbands embossed with Dean Jones, for those who know Ambrose and Dean Jones and the wristband being removed, etc. By the way, have any of you seen what Arjuna Rinatunga looks like now? He's had massive weight loss. I think I could stand to sort of take some of his techniques. Randomly, Peter Siddle walked outside my house. I know I live in St John's Wood, but that was really weird. So I had a photo with him. Read Brian Lara's book. That was fascinating. He's had a bit of controversy in terms of that. And the moment for me for the summer going there, it was Ben Stokes' 50. He got that against the West Indies. I've never seen hitting like that. I think he got it in about 25 balls. Did he break the record? I can't remember. I got a series of letters in the Cricketer magazine, as I always do, but I did some with different names, which was quite funny. Found it funny that Salt and Pepper were facing off each other in a 100 game. Not that I care about the 100. Came here for the Sri Lanka test and was invited into the box by one of my school friends. Thank you for that. So I actually also popped into the score box and saw how the mechanics works about scoring. And then I think, you know, even though it was a very one-sided summer, Sri Lanka managed to win the test match at the Oval, which I think is great. New guy, Kamindu, never seen him before. He played very well. And now, brilliantly, the players played 6 test matches in like such a short frame of time, and the scheduling, the brilliance of the scheduling is now that they're going to play Pakistan on October the 7th. I think it's really important that we keep cramming as much cricket in as we can, because it's only fair on the players and it's even more fair on the fans. So yeah, another summer, and I say it every time, where does the season go? It only just seems like yesterday it was April the 5th. So September, it's cold, it's getting cold, the leaves are falling. I'm at Middlesex versus Gloucestershire, but for me the season is pretty done, and no one's going to sort of question me, but the low point for me was losing my hero Graham Thorpe this year. I hope he is okay wherever he is now, but we miss you, Graham, and I will always remember you. 2024 wrapped up. Thank you.